now to the State of the Union speech tonight. President Biden transforming the required annual speech into a campaign speech, really.
President Biden making an energetic case that he deserves a second term.
And KCAL News political reporter Tom Wade is here now with some of the big moments from tonight's State of the Union address.
Yeah, like you guys said, it was a pretty high energy address. So we'll see how the voters respond to it. The president came out fired up. The speech felt a lot like, as Pat Wan said, a campaign event. Biden touting his accomplishments and also going on the attack, targeting former President Trump and the GOP on a range of policies, including abortion rights and the border.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
President Biden making his final State of the Union address before the 2024 presidential election. He opened his speech with a stark warning.
Not since President Lincoln and the Civil War have freedom and democracy been under assault at home as they are today. What makes our moment rare is that freedom and democracy are under attack both at home and overseas.
The president gave a fiery speech overall, forceful and intense.
Because of you, America's coming back. It's because of you our future is brighter. It's because of you that tonight we can proudly say the state of our union is strong and getting stronger.
While never mentioning former President Trump by name, he went on the attack early in the speech and often, accusing the former president of being a continuing threat to democracy.
My predecessor and some of you here seek to bury the truth about January 6th. I will not do that. This is the moment to speak the truth and to bury the lies. Here's the simple truth. You can't love your country only when you win.
And as expected, Biden blasted Republicans for targeting IVF and put President Trump on blast for overturning Roe v. Wade, making abortion rights illegal in many parts of the country.
My predecessor came to office determined to see Roe v. Wade overturned. He's the reason it was overturned, and he brags about it.
On the president's invited guest list was a Texas woman who was carrying a non-viable fetus but could not get an abortion and had to travel out of state to get reproductive care.
Many of you in this chamber and my predecessor are promising to pass a national ban on reproductive freedom. My God, what freedom else would you take away?
On the border, Biden called out members of the GOP for blowing up a bipartisan conservative border security deal in order to help President Trump.
The result was a bipartisan bill with the toughest set of border security reforms we've ever seen. Oh, you don't think so? Oh, you don't like that bill, huh? That conservatives got together and said it was a good bill? I'll be darned. That's amazing.
The president also tried to make the case his economic policies have helped get inflation under control.
My inherited economy is on the brink. Now our economy is literally the envy of the world. 15 million new jobs in just 3 years, a record, a record.
Biden promised to keep fighting for funding to help Ukraine beat back Russian forces. And on the Israel-Hamas war, Biden blamed Hamas for igniting the conflict, but also called on Israel to save innocent lives.
Israel also has a fundamental responsibility, though, to protect innocent civilians in Gaza.
The president says the U.S. military will help with more assistance.
I'm directing the U.S. military to lead an emergency mission to establish a temporary pier in the Mediterranean on the coast of Gaza.
Alabama Senator Katie Britt, the youngest Republican woman elected to the U.S. Senate, delivered the GOP's response.
The American dream has turned into a nightmare for so many families. The true, unvarnished state of our union begins and ends with this. Our families are hurting. Our country can do better. And you don't have to look any further than the crisis at our southern border to see it. This crisis is despicable. And the truth is, it is almost entirely preventable. President Biden's failures don't stop there. His reckless spending dug our economy into a hole and sent the cost of living through the roof. We have the worst inflation in 40 years and the highest credit card debt in our nation's history.
So there you have it, a pretty engaging speech and the response. So,
But talk about response. this was one of the most interactive State of the Union speeches that I can remember. At one point, he addressed the Supreme Court.
Oh yeah, and it was improv. And to your point, Pat, that was one of the most engaging moments in the sense where he looked directly at them and said, "If you don't understand the political power that women have, you're about to see because of the fact that they overturned Roe versus Wade." I thought that was a really, a really important moment during the speech.
And definitely unexpected.
Thank you, Pat. Thanks, Juan.
Thank you, Tom.
All right, for more analysis now, let's bring in longtime veteran city and county leader Zev Yaroslavsky.
Well, Zev is the director of the Los Angeles Initiative at the UCLA Luskin School of Public Affairs. Welcome to you once again. We were so pleased to have you on election night, and here we are again. Zev, my question for you is, the president took his time greeting people. He delivered a speech that was like, what, an hour and 6 or 7 minutes long, and then he stayed around to take selfies. Considering so many questions about President Biden's mental and physical acuity, do you think that he was convincing tonight to maybe put some of those concerns to rest?
Yeah, I think so, and I think the campaign he'll be out more, and people will see him on the evening news, and they'll see that he can walk and he can talk. Look, he's got an arthritic spine. He's had a stuttering problem all of his life. There's certain tricks to controlling that stuttering problem. He hurt his ankle in a fall on a bike a few years ago, so he looks stiff when he walks. But cognitively, he is more than all there. He is the people who I know who have been in the room with him, including Mayor Bass, who spent some time with him. There's no question about his cognition. So it's just a matter of getting out there and letting people see it. But right now it's a thing, and everybody's talking about it. And he is 82 years old. But
he was fiery tonight.
I know their 98-year-old guy that I work with, and answers his own phone and runs his own business. I mean, so he did a good job tonight. He came out of the starter's gate hard from the moment he started speaking. Nobody's going to question his energy as they were 24 hours ago, and he, this is a big deal. To quote the president, this is a big deal. This is the biggest audience he'll have, and
before the election.
And before the election, so he laid out what he's done, what he wants to do, got into a little repartee with the Republicans there. He did what he set out to do, and I think it was a good job. Now he's got a long way to go, and the election is 7-8 months away, so a lot can happen that are out of his control and out of anybody's control. International events, national events. So we have a lot of water yet to travel under the bridge.
And Zev, the border crisis also came up tonight. The president saying that send him a bill to revamp the immigration policy, and he will sign it. In tonight's Republican response, Senator, Katie Britt, we heard it there in Tom's report, had harsh words for the president, saying he was out of touch and that his policies were a disgrace. It led to, a higher number of border crossings. Will the border issue be resolved by the election in November?
I think that the American public has a sensitive, what I call a sensitive untruth meter. They can tell when people are faking it or lying. Listen, he asked for a bill. They got a bill that was a bipartisan bill out of the Senate. The Republican who was leading the effort on their side of the aisle is one of the most conservative members of Congress from Oklahoma.
Langford.
He put his fingerprints on that and his endorsement of it. They send it to the House, and Donald Trump starts calling members of the House to say, don't vote on this thing. It's going to make Biden look good, and I want him to, you want to hang this around his neck. That's terrible. That's if the border issue is a big issue, a serious issue, then it ought to be treated seriously and not as a political football.
And right now, too, right?
And I think most people are starting to get that now. The reason that bill hasn't passed is because the Republicans in the House are not willing to move it forward. The leadership is not willing to move it forward.
Well, we have 8 more months before election. And
something like that.
See what's going to happen in between that time. Always a pleasure to have you with us tonight.
It's always a pleasure to be with you.
Thanks,
Thank you, Zev.